Greetings, my beloved Black people. Welcome back to the plight and struggle of Black people in America. Today, we're going to be speaking about three prominent Black women that are highly and heavily, that are highly and heavily involved in politics. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about Condoleezza Rice, Susan Rice, and for sure, we'll be talking about Sister Ketanji Brown Jackson. Absolutely. Now, starting with Sister Condoleezza Rice, okay, she's a Republican. Her birthplace is Birmingham, Alabama. She was born November 14th, 1954. She's 67 years of age. She plays the piano. She was the first Black woman to ever be U.S. Secretary of State, second woman ever, and she previously served as the 66th United States Secretary of State from 2005 to 2009, and as the 20th United States National Security Advisor from 2001 to 2005. She was the first woman ever, of any type of woman, to serve as a national security advisor. Now, even though my primary conversation on these three prominent Black women that are highly and heavily into politics, I speak something about their pedigree in those fields. But if you can go by the title, Interracial Politics, we're going to talk a little bit about that. But the little bit that we talk about that with the individual Black women involved, that's not really the meat of the interracial politics that we're going to discuss. Okay. But on that note, Condoleezza Rice, she's a Republican. And it was interesting while doing research that it was said that they only have information about her dating back in the 70s. And she was dating a brother that played for the Denver Broncos. First name Rick, I forget his last name. And I thought that was interesting, especially when you go to the next sisters, Susan Rice, and by the way, Condoleezza Rice, she was an only child. Now, these women aren't related because they have the same last name. A person may wonder. But see, what it makes me think about is the fact that these Black women have the same Caucasian last name. I would suspect there's a good chance that those that used to own their ancestors, probably they may have been related, even though Condoleezza and Susan isn't, right? So we know some things about history here. And I want to point that out again when I spoke about history before. Black people's history is the oldest history in humankind, okay? But I believe that us Black people here in America, we've got to definitely know thoroughly the history of our people, our ancestors, their people and their ancestors in this country for sure. And from what I have seen and observed and noticed, we don't have that down thoroughly. Not collectively as a people, not at all. Anyway, so moving right along. Susan Rice, just like Condoleezza Rice, she was the only child as well. She was born November 17th, 1964, in Washington, D.C., and she's 57 years of age. And she's an American diplomat, policy advisor, and public official serving as director of the United States Domestic Policy Council since 2021. She was formerly United States Ambassador to the United Nations from 2009 to 2013. and she was Assistant Secretary of State for the African Affairs of the United States from 1997 to 2001. Okay. Now, Susan Wright, she's a big, heavy, high-level Democrat. Now, it's interesting, I tell you, because I know people get certain impressions, even when you just talk about a certain subject. I mean, it's so interesting. But like I said about this interracial thing, she's a Democrat, and she's married to a Caucasian fella that was born in Canada. So like I say, these people I speak of, I only give an overview of them. So please research all these people. You'll find out some really, really interesting things, about other things going on around them or even involved with them. You're going to find that's quite interesting. Okay, we'll go to Sister Ketanji Brown Jackson, and definitely congratulations, sister, for sure. Okay, we'll talk about the fact she was born September 14th, 1970. Her birthplace was also Washington, D.C., and she's 51 years of age. And she's a special person, obviously. Her track record, I know y'all heard a lot about her abilities, her education, and so many things because she just went through these hearings and was confirmed. And she is going to be the first Black woman ever to be on the United States Supreme Court, which that's a great thing. It really is. Now, when I said something about interracial politics, now she's married to a white guy as well. Been married for 25 years, and I believe they have 2 daughters. And when I said something about interracial politics, what I was really thinking about and dwelling about was the fact that we've had 3 Black people to be nominated and confirmed to the United States Supreme Court. And every one of those people, every one of those Black people were married to someone that was not Black. So I think it's very reasonable to ask the question, is that the prerequisite for a Black person to be on the U.S. Supreme Court, that they have to be married to someone who is not Black? What, perhaps to demonstrate the fact that they're not necessarily racially biased? Is that the reason? I'm not sure. But like I say, when you research these people, you're going to find out so many things. Because when I researched Ketanji Brown Jackson, I found out that one of her daughters had wrote to Barack Obama while he was in office and asked him to nominate her mother to the U.S. Supreme Court. And I wish I could have the opportunity to ask her, did Barack Obama respond even? That's what I would love to have the chance to ask that young lady, because I've wrote 3 presidents, starting with George W. Bush. Then I wrote Barack Obama and Trump. I wrote George W. Bush 3 times. I wrote Obama 3 times. And I wrote Trump 1 time. As far as responses, the first time I wrote George W. Bush, I got a response from him. The second time, I got a response from the Department of Justice. The third time, I got a response from George W. Bush again. And that third time, it was about reparations for Black people in America. That was the whole purpose of that letter. And I even gave examples of possibilities how we could divvy that up, Okay, and so unfortunately, though, when I wrote Obama 3 times, I didn't get not one response. I might have been talking too Black, I'm thinking. Anyway, and then when I wrote Trump that one time, I didn't get a response from him either. So, hey, it is what it is. But speaking about things, okay, is there a prerequisite for many things when it comes to Black people getting involved in various things? Okay, this is what I'm getting at. Okay, now in this country, United States of America, Black people that are descendants of enslaved Black Africans here, we are foundational Black Americans. Okay. Now, what that means is Barack Obama and Kamala Harris, neither of those people are foundational Black Americans, because Obama's parents was a Caucasian woman from here and an African man from Africa. So he's not a descendant of enslaved Africans like most of us are. Okay. Kamala, her mother is from India, and it's said that her father's Jamaican. There again, she's not a descendant of enslaved Black people here in America from Africa. And I feel that none of these things are accidental, incidental, or coincidental. All of these things are set up, planned out, and that's the way it's going to be. You know, this is an interesting thing, this nation. You know, Caucasians and Blacks are so intertwined in so many ways for so many reasons, you know. So Black people, all we have to do is unite, embrace ourselves, love ourselves, do everything that we can for ourselves. And the great thing about that is, okay, when Black people unite, utilize our resources for us, stop patronizing outsiders with our money, what that does is causes people that have been exploiting Black people forever to have to handle their business without us and our money, because we're not going to keep spending it with them. Which means, in essence, everybody does better in society, you see? So the people that have been exploiting us going to have to do more work because they can't exploit us anymore. And therefore, everybody be more productive. And see, what's so great for Black people is when we unite, we'll thrive rather than merely survive, because we got it like that. I mean, look at this nation without us. Ooh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway, my Black people, I love y'all. We going to love each other. We going to unite. We going to handle our business. We going to take care of what we need to take care of. We need to show our children by example, person to person, face to face. We love them, and we're going to tell them all the things they need to know about their future so they can plan and prepare for it, be ready for it, and execute it. We are that people. I love you, Black people. Keep loving each other. All right. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. I love my people. Black people. Sing it now. I love my people. Beautiful Black people. I love my people. I love my people. Black people.